I want to talk a little bit today around our belief systems around rich people, around wealthy people, around successful people. So if you're not making the kind of money that you want to be making, if you really struggle to kind of make ends meet, to really sort of show up in business in the way that you know that you should to be able to make the money that you really desire, then one area that is really important to look at is our belief system around wealthy people. Because let's say you want to become a wealthy person. If what you fundamentally believe about wealthy people is negative, you're never going to get there. So let's look at some of the belief systems that we can be imprinted with, like growing up and even as an adult, right? Not all our belief systems come from childhood, most of them do, but if we hear something enough times as an adult, if we witness something enough times, if we're around something enough times, then that can still imprint as a belief system. So some of the belief systems that, or the stories that I know I heard, was that rich people are greedy, that, rich people are just lucky, that rich people are selfish. Or, there could be so many things, right? Perhaps it's selfish, perhaps it's egotistical, perhaps it's narcissistic, perhaps they're just not nice people, right? There's so many different beliefs that we might have, that our caregivers had, particularly if you come from a background where there was not much money and there was this real divide between the rich and the poor, right? And to keep yourself in that state, let's say you come from a poorer background, when historically, right, when we're in a tribe, and a tribe is really kind of in what I'm referring to in this space, is really like any group of people where there is a common connection, okay? And let's say you were in a community, you grew up in a community where everybody was quite poor. So historically, we will subscribe to whatever the thought is, the beliefs are of that community, and kind of follow along with it for fear of being kicked out of the tribe, of the community. And being kicked out of the tribe, years, millennia back, meant death. Okay, so we had to subscribe to it. And if people in your tribe were telling you that, it's us and them, it's like the rich versus the poor, and the rich people are like this, and the poor people are like this, then that will totally land in your subconscious. And then fast forward to now, and let's say you're not super aware that you've got that belief system, because a lot of our beliefs are, they're subconscious, right? And the meaning of subconscious means it's under our conscious mind, right? We're aware of what's in our conscious mind. But generally speaking, we're not aware of what's in our subconscious mind unless we do the work, unless we pull out our proverbial torch and get in there and start to shine the light of awareness on our belief system. And interestingly, often it can just take an awareness. Not always, but sometimes it can just take an awareness of no way, I had no idea that was my belief system. And then sometimes it can just start to evaporate. Oftentimes we need to do a bit more work than just that. But just to kind of really note that we have so many subconscious beliefs that are subconscious, they're not within our awareness. So we want to bring the light of awareness to them in order to work through them. But let's say you have this real subconscious belief that you've never been aware of, that, rich people are greedy, that rich people are selfish, that rich people are this. Well, with that belief in mind, you're never going to want to be rich. Your subconscious mind's like, no, that's not me. I do not want to be greedy. I do not want to be selfish. I do not want to be this. And rich equals selfish or greedy. So there will be this block. So there will be this self-sabotage. And when we have this block, we basically then start to self-sabotage. We start to self-sabotage our own actions to stop ourselves from becoming greedy, to stop ourselves from becoming selfish, to stop ourselves from becoming narcissistic, egocentric, whatever it is that we have assigned to rich people. So it's so important that we really start to look at, what do I believe that could be stopping me from reaching where I want to go? So have a ponder, let me know what's coming up for you as you watch these videos. Send me your stories, I'd love to hear them. And let me know different belief systems that you're starting to realize that perhaps your primary caregivers sort of imprinted in you, or society in general.